I don't know if I can figure this out. Feeling really scared about the next couple of weeks. So close to finally having all the products for our first furniture line done. Yet it still feels like we're so far away. Scared that I don't have the creativity to make something that inspires people. Part of me that thinks I'm too old to do this. Then there's another part of me that just says that. My mind is just all over the place this week. There are a couple of things that I think are really important that I would like to focus on. Throw a bigger set of sconces, bisque the stool, hang test our double sconce, stain the wood samples that we have. If we can start the week right, the rest will kind of just take care of itself. Starting any new enterprise means figuring things out as you go. Okay, so we have made a lot of sconces. The problem that we're now coming across is the sconce isn't clearing. There are roadblocks everywhere, and half the time you're just guessing at the next step, hoping it's the right one. Feels a little bit too stocky and stout. Things rarely go your way the first time. Or the second. Even when you think you finally nailed it,
look at this guy.
The next day, you'll realize that you expect a lot more from yourself. Most of the time, you have no idea what you're doing. Too many screws. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Saya, do you have any idea how to sand or stain wood? No, I don't. You'll spend long nights grinding, running on fumes. I'm already exhausted. He's struggling, about to pass out. Things will take longer than expected, always, and yet you'll keep showing up over and over, over and over and over and over. But step by step, things start making sense. Task number 1, complete. You chip away at the goals you set, even if you need a helping hand. Look who's arrived. Is she not beautiful? You learn some lessons along the way. So many life lessons that ceramic teaches you, but I think one of the biggest ones is that you just shouldn't rush things. There's been so many times in the past where I have worked on pieces before they were actually ready because I was just eager to go and get stuff done, and it ended up biting me in the ass. And eventually you find your flow. For a second, you actually feel like you figured it out. That looks so good.
Great.
Tasks 3 and 4, done. You haven't. That rhythm you found, gone. Pieces are still too wet. Still not ready. Still isn't ready.
Still too wet.
Start over.
I have to improvise.
So you adjust. You work with what you can.
The sconces that I threw yesterday aren't going to be ready until tomorrow. I made a bunch of these guys that we can experiment on.
And those lessons that you learned, well, you better hold on to them because you'll need them.
If I continue working on it, it's gonna flop.
Even when it hurts.
Super chill. Totally fine with coming in tomorrow. I wanted to come in tomorrow anyway. Slowly going mad.
But you get stronger because of it. You start to feel energized by what you're building.
Perfect day to make some sconces.
Let's do this thing!
Let's do this!
Suddenly, the obstacles don't seem so impossible anymore. Figuring things out is never fast. 99% of the time, you'll try to rush it and fail. But in the end, it's worth it, because you'll be further along than when you started. And if you keep compounding that over time, who knows how far you'll go. That was quite the week. This is a friendly reminder to myself and all of you guys out there that you really don't need to have all the answers when you first start something. Just start and you'll figure it out as you go. I know that I didn't finish everything that I said I would on the list, but it'll give you a reason to come back next week. You know what I mean? Until then, stay dirty. That stool is still wet by next week. I'm gonna fucking throw it out the window.